Good morning. So in speaking with one of my besties yesterday, she was inquiring about the banana fritters. But I get it. Some people don't like bananas; they like apples. All right, we're gonna try together to reconfigure the banana fritter recipe for apple fritters. I have no idea how this is gonna go. If it's gonna be a flop, but that's the joy of cooking, right? With every mistake, there's 100 more successes. So, how do we replicate overripe bananas when it comes to apples? Well, I'm thinking applesauce. I don't have straight applesauce, so if you want straight apple flavor, just get the straight applesauce. Now, I don't have the big jar, so in terms of measurements, how many grams are you? I mean, this looks like a quarter cup, right? So I'm gonna say a cup to a cup and a half of applesauce, but I've got mixed berry. Wow, this is gonna be oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. So I'm gonna get all this in the bowl. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, hello Ethan, hello my Madison. Auntie Jen misses you. I miss my babies very, very much. Okay, stay tuned. I'm gonna get all this in the bowl and then we're gonna come back, okay? And then if this works out, mommy, oh my gosh, mommy or daddy can make it for you. Yeah, I said it. Okay, so I've got the 4 things. Well, I've got the applesauce in, and I've added 2 eggs, same as the banana fritter recipe. And we're going to be very cautious when adding the milk because I want to see how loose it is. This is definitely going to be an experiment where I do a couple of testers just to make sure I've got my my flour consistency right, or my amount. Okay, so that's in. I mean, it's quite loose. We're going to go with a quarter cup of milk versus the half a cup that the banana fritter recipe. Lord have mercy. Oh no. Alright. Banana fritter recipe is a half a cup of milk. We're going to go with a quarter. I mean, trial and error, right? And in the fridge, I had cut up from my afternoon snack yesterday a half of an apple left. So I did a fine kind of dice on that, and I'm going to throw that in because why the heck not, you know, throw some apples in. Okay, so there's the consistency. Very loose, soupy. I mean, if you want to put in a whole apple, go ahead. I'm not going to the grocery store until tomorrow, and I didn't want to cut up my last apple. Okay, so we're going to go with 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and it's supposed to be, for the banana recipe anyways, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. I don't like nutmeg. I think it's gross. So I'm going to omit that. But what does go really well with apples is cinnamon, and I'm just going to bump it up to the full teaspoon of cinnamon. And when I do the tester, if I need to add more, I will. So we're going to go with 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I got that all kind of mixed in. It smells like apple pie, so, I mean, at least it smells right. I don't know what it's supposed to smell like. Now, you are supposed to level your flour with a knife to make sure you have accurate amounts, but...
He's chewing my toy.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to go with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm actually going to start with... Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the full 2 cups. Oh my gosh. Go get it, baby.
I'm going to get. I'm going to be back. I want to be back.
Come on. At least daycare is reopening. Alright, I'm going to give this a mix, and we'll see what it's like. Okay, so it's looking interesting. I'm hopeful, but I don't know. So I've got the oil preheating because you're gonna shallow fry it, right? So not a great ton of oil, but enough that you're like sautéing a cutlet or something. Shallow. And we're going to do a tester. If that tester seems to fall apart, I'm not going to add more flour. Instead, what I'm going to do is add some like Quaker oats to it. Okay, so when the oil is all ready, we're going to go and do a tester together. Fingers crossed. Okay, moment of truth. Because it's not just if it holds together, if it retains a lot of grease and it becomes greasy. That's not the consistency we want either. So in checking my oil, I mean I could drop something in, but I'm holding my hand over it. If I can do that and it's, you know, it's warm, it's comfortable, but I'm not burning hot, it looks pretty good. So we're gonna try that. I'm using my scoop. Okay. And we're going to scoop one in. And we're going to let it go for about a minute or so. And I mean, so far it's not oozing, it's not separating. The test will really be in the turn. And we'll come back when we're ready for that. Okay, so I flipped it. It feels nice and pillowy like the banana fritters did. So I had to turn my heat down. It should have been at 4, not at 6. So that's looking good. And I'm going to let it go for another 30 seconds on this side, and then I'm going to kind of roll it around so I can get the edges, just because there is raw eggs in here and I want to make sure it's cooked through. And then I'm going to just dust it with some powdered sugar. Instead of powdered sugar, you could do like some powdered sugar and milk and then kind of mix that and drizzle it over the top. But we're just going to do powdered sugar in this house. So we're going to pause and we're going to come back when it's done. I will taste the first one just so we can break open and see what it looks like. Okay, and whenever I do anything with powdered sugar, I definitely use a sifter. Don't have to, that's just what I do. Okay. It's hot. So we're gonna break it open. It definitely looks cooked through, which is lovely, so now I'm not so scared. Hashtag, I don't like applesauce, or, yeah, so, alright. It's gonna burn my face off. Winner, chicken dinner. There you go. So Maddie and Ethan, gotta ask mommy and daddy to make this for you. Mom diggity. I would definitely put the temperature lower. So I've just lowered mine to 2 and do a very slow cook. Make sure it's cooked through. If anything, I bump up the cinnamon, probably 2 teaspoons. But the fresh cut apples in here is a perfect addition. It needed that bite and that crunch, and to break up some of the consistency. But definitely lovely. Totally recommend the powdered sugar. Okay, there you go, Mandy. Who's gonna task me with the next creation that they would like? Let me know. See you soon.